afternoon, and welcome to MATEC's 2019 Spring Graduation. Thank you for sharing in our Graduate Special Day. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Shonda Basut. I'm Student Services, probably the person you've talked on the phone with the last few years. Guys, come on in. There's room over here. I would like to take a moment and thank you, friends and family of the graduates, administration, board members, Studio One, and Marshall Independent for being with us today to celebrate. I've had the special privilege of getting to know these graduates. Each brought something special to the school, and each will be missed as they move on to the next chapter of their life. I'm going to take a real quick moment and visit just a little bit about each of them. So when I say your name, please stand up. Carter and Mitch. Carter is from Elkton, Mitch from Slayton. Both finished their classes early and have been just coming only in the afternoons to finish their welding certificates, which they both did. Little brave moment. Mitch competed in the Skill USA Minnesota State Welding Competition and placed third. Congratulations. Didn't know it was going to embarrass him today. Carter won the yearbook superlative for best beard. Can we say why? Thanks, guys. Zach and Cody. Please stand. Zach and Cody both came mid-year to MATEC from other districts. Zach from Canby, Cody from Dawson. Zach is a rock alternative music guru. If ever you go to trivia, this is the guy you want on your team. He knows any question I ever have, he's my go-to guy. Cody, his entire mission was to graduate. He worked so hard and completed 3 online courses in 1 block. Way to go, guys. Noah and Paula. Noah and Paula both transferred from the high school this year. Noah actually completed our welding program last year. Liked MATEC so much, came back this year to graduate. Did a great job too. Paula, she's kind of our unofficial ambassador to new students. Kind of a rock star when you think she only came in January. And yet, any new student that came walking in our doors, she made them feel warm and welcome and a part of our family. Thank you, guys. Josh, Jacob. I can honestly say you two probably taught me as much as I could ever imagine to teach you. I wrote a lot, but I'm going to go from the heart. You guys have been here with me for quite a while. Soccer, didn't know a thing about soccer. Still really don't. But I went to games, and I have been excited about their passion for the game. Joshua has actually signed a letter of intent to continue his soccer at Midwest in Worthington, and I look forward to going down there and checking it out. Yeah! Jacob has a job all lined up, ready to go, ready for the adulting world. He too will be in Worthington, so guys, I will miss you a lot and I wish you the best. Holden, Nick, and Stanley. Logan. So we had 4 Logans throughout the year. Found out, and I don't know why or how, but the nickname Stanley was Logan's, and it kind of stuck. Logan always came in every day. His attendance had to be one of the best in the whole school. Once he didn't have a way here, he even came on his lawnmower, just to make sure, in the rain, because he did not want to miss a day. Oh, and then I have Nick. Where do we start with Nick? Nick, if I had time, I could go on and on. But let me tell you, one of the things I will miss most about Nick, when things would get tough, when things would get tense, Nick would share a joke. We had just one incident where tensions were rising high in the cafeteria, and Nick stopped and looked around and said, "I got this, Shonda." Stood up, told a joke, and by the end, everybody was laughing, and there was not a tense moment in the whole cafeteria. I will miss that. Holden has been, yeah, that deserves a clap. Anyone who makes a clap. Holden has been kind of my glue. You know, we had a summer that was a little difficult, and he was the one who brought us all together, starting in the summer and keeping it going all through year. He's been there for everyone else and has asked for nothing in return. He's been part of my student council, and I will miss him dearly. Thank you, Holden. I know I speak for the entire staff when I say we look forward to seeing what spring comes next, and you will be missed here at our MATEC. At this time, I would like to welcome our first student class speaker. Cody has just a short little thank you that he wants to say to all of us. Cody Johnson.
This is my first speech, so bear with me. Here's the class quote that we all chose today. It states, "You may not always end up where you thought you were going, but you always end up where you meant to be." And I felt like that's actually pretty true. And then I wrote a little speech on the behalf of the teachers. They do a lot for us. We stand here on behalf of our teachers. The reason why we, class of 2019, are receiving our diplomas. They helped us learn and prepare for what's awaiting us for the future. They wanted us to succeed, and here we show them that we are. Because of their dedication, we are on the right path to a bright future. Thank you everything for what you guys done. We truly appreciate it.
We have to all meet our collectively. Please stand up for a round of applause. Cody, please stand. Thank you. Cody wanted to make sure you guys were all recognized. Thank you, Cody. At this time, I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. Bryce Jepson. Jeppy, as everyone calls him, is our social studies teacher, and this is his 4th year at MATEC. Besides teaching, he is an assistant football coach and a 7th grade basketball coach, and also has the cutest darn dog I ever did see. Mr. Jepson. And now.
Thank you, Mr. Jepson. Next we, oh, no, that's not mine. Be quiet, Mr. Jepson. No, that's not it either. Can he sit down now? Good afternoon, everybody. Good to see everybody here, as I like to start class every day. A couple of things I wanted to talk about today. I'll try to keep it somewhat short because we don't need to waste a bunch of time here. All you graduates have a couple of choices to make and a couple of things to keep in mind. Today, you are with 3.6 million people this year alone who will get a high school diploma. That's a lot of people. In case you're doing the math at home there, Mitch. But along with that stat is the 1.2 million people who drop out and either never obtain a diploma or those that do much later on in life. You also get to make a bunch of choices after this. As I always like to tell kids in class, this is the easiest part of your life. Life gets hard after this. Because you got to worry about being different and how you're going to do that with the choices you get to make. Do you get to take this diploma, be a part of those, 3.6 million people and be just like them? Or are you going to advance yourself in some way, shape, or form? Or are you just going to have a diploma, go into the workforce and do that? That's your choice. Nothing wrong with that. I'm all for that. As long as I do not support you on taxes, I really think I did my job. Or are you going to make choices that put you in places you don't want to be? Whether that's, getting the free headshots from Lyon County, or if you're just going to go and waste a diploma and not do anything else with it. You get to make choices whether you're going to be, any different from the 3.6 million people that also have the same thing you do, or are you just going to put yourself in that same class as those other 1.2 million people? The further you advance yourself and the better decisions you make, the smaller and smaller that pool becomes, making you stand out more. If you decide to move on and obtain some sort of skill and train yourself in something, you make yourself valuable. But if we can go and pick pretty much any other Joe Schmo off the street and not be any worse or better off, you make yourself dispensable. And you haven't made yourself much different. And you have to remember that's 3.6 just this year. That means you're going to have another 3.6 the following year, or 3.7. If you went out and earned this, you better keep making better decisions so that you keep improving your chances. Right? Because you get to make choices when you work. Are you going to be the guy that puts in 47 sub days? Thanks, Winger. You too, Ange. Glad I can do that for you. Or are you going to be the person that doesn't show up on time, or rarely at all? The one that makes excuses for themselves? Because everybody can have an excuse every day. That's your choice. And again, you can make yourself different in good and bad ways. I agree. Always keep that in mind as you go through here. Like I said, this is the easy part. After this, it gets to be tough every single day. You're stuck with decisions you get to make every single day. Are you going to help or hurt yourself? That's what I want you guys to make sure you keep in mind. And also make sure you guys compliment Josh on his very nice white shoes. I know he spent 3-4 hours every day this week making sure they looked nice. I can almost see myself in them. You're welcome. I was told by a few of the students to roast them one last time. Specifically, apparently, I have some great ones. Carter, you look more like my siblings than my actual siblings. I am glad to be your spirit animal. Probably the nicest thing I've been called in a while. So we'll take that. You couldn't find pants that didn't have holes in them, Mitch? You and Mercy over there couldn't figure it out? Ah, darn it. Hey, at least you try, right? I do believe everybody has their shoes tied today. Those of you that didn't wear laces, good job. Play within your skill set. Also, if we can make sure that we clear a path for the graduates. When some of us try to get places first, we tend to run into things at an extreme rate. Sometimes face first. No names need to be mentioned. I don't know what you're talking about. So one last thing to always keep in mind, as I always say, watch out who you surround yourself with, because that will determine the choices that you make for yourself. You can make yourself different in good and bad ways, and they will show. You only have yourself to blame. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Jepson. Next, we have our next student class speaker, Joshua Towns. He requested to be after Mr. Jepson, so I'm secretly hoping for a Jeppy roast. Come on up, Joshua.
Hi, most of you know me, some of you don't, I don't know. I'm Josh Towns, also known as Llama. You know that? So first of all, I just want to give a thanks to my family for showing up. Thank you guys. I appreciate all of you, and my friends too, my MATEC friends and friends from Worthington. The first thing I wanted to start with was, well, the staff. I couldn't do it without any of these teachers here, honestly. I have a special moment with all of them. With Ms. Anderson, walking around in the hallways, Miss Elton. Fun fact about Miss Elton, I told her I hated her, and she's now the most lovely woman I know. Mr. Jeppy, for calling out people on his GPA, on their GPA, I should say. Mrs. B, making me write every single journal. I swear. And Miss Richardson, if she was here, well, I'd just yell yardstick. Another thing I would like to say is this is a special thanks to someone who stopped me from doing a lot of things that I probably would have done without them. Shonda. She kept me from dropping out about 3 months ago. I was maybe one meeting and a couple signatures away. And without her, I don't think I would be here. You know, she's a lovely woman and she'll continue to be for the next couple of years. To all my graduates here spending with me, I haven't known you guys that long, but I'm pretty sure after this, we're all gonna go do some crazy stuff, right? That's all I got.
Crazy good, you mean? Hard to follow that. Next, let's give a warm welcome to Kit Schaefer. Kit is an extremely talented vocalist. She has sang at many talent shows at the high school. Come on up, Kit. And she is a rock star. Today, she will be singing You Say by Laura Diego. Thank you, Kit. It got tense. Nick really does want to say something. Nick,
I never thought that I was actually going to get a high school diploma. I didn't think I was going to know what one of those were. And I came here, and Nikki brought me to our back room, and then the first week I was there, I told her I hated her, and now we're best friends. And I'm getting my diploma, and I move out in 6 days, and start my future.
thank you. Teachers that are giving Students of the Year want to come on up. We started Students of the Year as a Department Student of the Year a couple years ago. I kind of took it from the high school, and it's a way of recognizing students that have shown dedication, passion for learning, and hard work in academic areas. We're going to start with business education, and then language arts, math, physical education, and science.
So I'm only here 2 blocks a day, so I don't get to see a lot of the kids. So it's sometimes hard to pick, and I don't see them maybe only once per quarter. But I chose a student who worked very hard in class. Shonda had mentioned earlier how he finished 3 Edgenuity classes in 1 quarter. And so he worked very hard. That was I had him in my room when he was doing that. And he's also had a couple of my business classes too. And he worked really hard in those as well. So Cody.
So I'm Jeanette Boswell, Ms. B, and the student that I chose came to us partway through the year. Knows how to write, took criticism on how to write, was willing to even show me their graduation speech, spent a lot of time really thinking about the class that she took with me, and was willing to defend her position. Sometimes when you're reading through things, you don't always agree on what it means, and it's really nice when someone will push back so that you can actually have a discussion about the book instead of always leading the discussion through. So, and on top of it, this student, we were just going through, my 60s Lit class was just going through her PowerPoint and looking at it, and it is absolutely wonderful. She fulfilled every one of the criteria that I had on that sheet, and it was like a culminating project, so they were given it the first week of the year, and they had 6 or 7 weeks to complete it. And she used that time when they were given in class, every minute of it, she was always working on something. So for the Language Arts Student of the Year, I have chosen Paula Mack.
Hello, I'm Brenda Elton. I teach math here. The student I chose has worked really hard this year to pass all of his math classes. It did not come easy for him, but he was always willing to keep trying. I would watch him multiply numbers by hand when every other student in the class would choose to use a calculator. He was faithfully in class and always willing to redo work when I asked him to do so. He has been nothing but kind and respectful in class, and I've really enjoyed having him all year long because he had math all year long. For his perseverance and commitment to working hard and passing his math classes, I give this award to Logan Hassler.
Hello, I'm Angela Anderson. I teach health and physics here at MATEC. Honestly, this is probably the hardest thing we had to do. I mean, I have had every one of these students up here for multiple classes, and they all deserve an award. So it was tough. But this year, I think my award goes to Nick Holmes. So first I'm going to give you this. It's Pinky, your 46-pound cat.
Yeah.
I wanted a cat. It said swipe left or swipe right. Yeah. Callie, my daughter Callie was in class with Nick. It was Callie's freshman year, Nick's sophomore year, and Callie had come home and told me that this boy had asked her to go coon bashing. Let me see, she said no, or this could be, a future, son-in-law. So thank you for asking her out, even though she said no. Nick is, what Sean has said, Nick is always one that has a smile on his face. He's always hardworking. He's never given any pushback or anything. So I'm excited to see where this young man goes. So thank you, Nick.
Ms. Richardson is out ill today. I'm not 100% sure why she chose the student she did. However, I'm guessing in science class he figured out the miracle grow, because that beard, Carter Pete, come on up. I am sure, honestly, it is because this young man worked hard in every class he ever had, which is why he finished early and excelled in science as well. So congratulations, Carter. At this time, I'll ask Gary Van Overbeck to come up. Gary Van Overbeck is our Minnesota West welding instructor. On your program, it may say Brad Thomas. They work hand in hand. It is Gary. Gary is going to be here to present our certificates. When he says his name, your name, please come up.
Nicholas Archer. Archer. Nick. Jaden Barr. Mitchell Baumsetter. Kyle Christensen. Tyler Kraft. Jonathan Flores. Joseph Hansen. Mark Kirkhart. Daniel Lopez. Carter Pete. Caden Strait.
I'm going to explain just a little bit what it took to get this certificate. It started second quarter and ran through the whole year. So that is 3 quarters, a semester and a half, 2 blocks a day. So these gentlemen are here quite a bit of time. And they get their welding certificate and can go on for completion at like Minnesota Jackson, different places like that. So it's a pretty huge accomplishment to get it while you're in high school. So congratulations, thank you, Gary. Thank you to all the welding students. Personally, guys, it's been great to get to know you gentlemen, the ones that come from the high school. I really got to meet and know a lot of you, and you're amazing, and I wish you the best of luck. We now have our final student speaker. It's been a real pleasure to get so many this year, by the way, offers. Today we have Paula Mack. Paula, come on up.
Good afternoon. I would like to thank everyone for attending this graduation ceremony today. I made the switch earlier to MATEC this year after my fiance Devin graduated here. I had been dealing with some extremely traumatic events at the time, and I had no intentions of finishing school. And I will admit, I was definitely not happy to be switching schools in the middle of my senior year. I played around with the thought of just doing packets or getting my GED, as I was still healing. Now that I look back, I'm extremely happy that I made the choice of coming here. I got the chance to meet some amazing teachers, staff, and peers, including some of the people graduating up here with me today. If it wasn't for my peers and the teachers at the school, there is no way I would have stuck with it and graduated. Sorry. I I've received so much emotional support from all the small group of friends that I have made attending this school and from all of the teachers. They are all extremely understanding and compassionate. Sorry. I've met some hilarious people that are just fun to be around. I remember in my math class sitting with Michaela Berry and thinking she was saying wife every time she was telling me something about life, which we quickly fixed, and we both had a really good laugh about it. I swear I need hearing aids sometimes. I will also fondly remember my shenanigans in sewing class. Oh boy. With Miss Elton, Blake, Michaela B., and myself. Like the day Miss Elton randomly said, "Gag me with a spoon," and all of us looked over confused and laughing. We learned a new phrase that day, and it was pretty great. Some days that class was all that got me through school. It was a really good thing for me to look forward to. It managed to bring a smile to my face, even on the hardest of days. I wish I had made the switch to MATEC earlier in my high school career. The atmosphere here is tremendously welcoming and genuine. The teachers and staff members go through so much at this school, but all the ones that I talk to seem to enjoy their jobs, even though, I believe, they deal with so much more on a daily basis than any other district staff. It takes real heart to deal with so much and to still give your job your all and still have a smile on your face every single day. First, I would like to thank each of the teachers. I really don't believe that I would be standing here giving this speech today if it wasn't for all of you. I enjoy seeing your smiles, listening to your lectures, and talking to you almost every single day. Second, I would like to thank all of the family members and friends that are here today to celebrate the graduation of their loved ones. This is an extremely important step in your family, for your family member to take before they head off to college or to join the workforce. Sorry. And I know they appreciate the time you took out of your very busy schedules for them, to be here today for them. Finally, I would like to thank our principal, Mr. Peterson, and all the staff at the school. If it wasn't for all of you, I'm sure that everyone up here wouldn't be here today. You took a chance on all of us, when for some of us, we couldn't even do that for ourselves. We've made friends along the way while getting here. We received empathy and strict consequences when needed. I know I will miss all of my friends and teachers as I move on to the next part of my life. I will miss Shonda telling me good morning every day as I walk into the school. I'll miss sitting with my friends at lunch and goofing off with them. I will always remember the teachers here with a vast amount of respect. They are all understanding and wish the best for their students, and always are willing to help them, even when they don't want that help. I know I didn't always want that. But hey, at least it's not snowing today, right?
Thank you, Paula, and thank goodness it's not snowing. When she wrote that, I wasn't sure. At this time, I would like to invite Mr. Brian Jones, MATEC and High School Principal, and Mr. Chad Peterson, Assistant MATEC Principal, as we do the presentation of certificates. Graduates, when I say your name, please stand up and receive your certificate from Mr. Jones and from Mr. Peterson. Mitchell Bonstetter. Holden Greeley. Zachary Hansen. Logan Hazard. Nicholas Holmes. Cody Johnson. Paula Mack. Noah Mercy. Jacob Monzon. Carter Peak. Joshua Towns. Thank you, gentlemen. Before I present the class, I would like to invite all of you to the cafeteria afterwards for a cake reception. Graduates, please stand. On behalf of the Marshall Public School District and the MATEC family we have here, I would like to present to you the MATEC graduating class of 2019. I only have one last thing to say. Make good choices, graduates.